She was the favorite, the world number one, the destroyer of draws, and yet Aryna Sabalenka walked off center court on that blistering Wimbledon afternoon, defeated, frustrated, and perhaps confused, because this wasn't just a loss. This felt like a moment she never saw coming. Everyone, fans, commentators, even other players, expected Aryna to finally claim her first Wimbledon crown. She'd made back-to-back slam finals in 2025. She was in top form, and most people weren't even asking if she'd reach the final. They were asking who she would beat in it. But then Amanda Anisimova happened, and with that, the dream shattered. So what really went wrong? Was it just a bad day at the office, or was Aryna Sabalenka carrying the quiet weight of overconfidence pressure and two Grand Slam final losses already in 2025? Let's break it all down, match by match, quote by quote, and uncover what no one else is telling you about Aryna Sabalenka's Wimbledon unraveling. Heading into Wimbledon 2025, Aryna Sabalenka was at the absolute peak of her career. She had reached the Australian Open final and taking down names like Stevens, Andreeva, and Badosa before losing to Madison Keys in a grueling three-setter. Then she made another deep run at Roland Garros, where she pushed Coco Gauff to the limit in the final, again coming up just short in 3 sets. But these weren't signs of decline. If anything, they solidified her dominance. She was consistently making finals, holding the world number one ranking with authority, and putting up big numbers at every stop. In January, she kicked off the season by winning the Brisbane International, her 18th career title. She even reached the semifinals of the German Open in Berlin, one of the toughest grass court tune-ups before falling to Vondrousova. So while she didn't lift a trophy on grass pre-Wimbledon, her level was right there, and the tennis world knew it. BBC Sport called her the title favorite before her quarterfinal. Sports Illustrated flat out asked, will number one Aryna Sabalenka win her first major of 2025? Even without brash quotes from Aryna herself, there was a sense, a buzz, that this might be her time. And maybe, just maybe, she started to believe it too. Now, on paper, Sabalenka cruised through the early rounds, but if you really watch closely, there were cracks. Small ones, but there. Round 1 versus Carson Branstein? Straight sets. Clean. No drama. Round 2 versus Marie Buzkova? A tiebreak in the first set? Slight hiccup. Round 3 versus Emma Raducanu? That's where things got real. Raducanu, ranked just 40 and playing as a British wildcard, had set point in the first set. She led 4-1 in the second. The crowd was buzzing, and Aryna, she had to dig deep. Harder than expected, but she survived. Then came Elise Mertens, a player she had beaten 9 straight times. Still, Aryna needed a second set tiebreak to close that one out too. And then Laura Siegemund, ranked outside the top 100, a doubles specialist. Sabalenka dropped the first set, looked visibly rattled by Siegemund's slow slices and tricky tempo. At one point, she was chuntering, muttering to herself after missed points. She spent nearly 3 hours on court, needed 2 comebacks in the third set. Yes, she won, but it felt like survival, not dominance. And by then, whether she realized it or not, she was being tested, not by one big opponent like Correa's, but by the pressure of expectation. The semifinal against Amanda Anisimova was supposed to be a formality, but Amanda, she had other plans. Fresh off one of the best grass court seasons of the year, 11 wins on the surface, more than any WTA player, Amanda came in with confidence and a plan, and it showed. First set, Anisimova takes it 6-4, but not without a war. At 5-4, they played a game with 6 deuces. Anisimova held firm. Sabalenka's shots started to flatten. Her eyes, usually fire, looked heavy. In the second set, Sabalenka answers, breaks early, serves strong, takes it 6-4, but it felt like she was just holding on, not pulling away. Third set, this is where it cracked. At 4-3, Sabalenka blinked. Errors, a poorly timed double fault, and just like that, Anisimova breaks. At 5-4, Amanda needs 4 match points, but eventually she gets it. Sabalenka never broke back. Anisimova's celebration? Pure relief. Blown kisses. Arms to the sky. Aryna. Quiet. A glance at the scoreboard, then a walk off center court that said everything. Overconfidence or overload. So, what really happened? Aryna Sabalenka said it herself. She was more brave today. Maybe when I was just trying to stay in the point, she was going for all. That doesn't sound like someone who underestimated her opponent. It sounds like someone tight, cautious, afraid to lose. Was it overconfidence? Honestly, like, I don't think so. So, I think it was the pressure of expectations, the emotional burden of already losing 2 Grand Slam finals in 2025 and feeling like Wimbledon had to be hers. She even joked in her press conference, "You're not going to see the Roland Garros press conference, so anyone who was waiting for that can leave right now." There's tension behind that joke, like she's tired of being the favorite who doesn't win. She later said, "I just don't want to face that hate again. We all can lose control over our emotions." This wasn't arrogance. This was someone trying not to lose on our dais instead of going out there to win. Before we talk about what went wrong, let's not forget just how far Aryna Sabalenka has come. This is a player who didn't win her first Grand Slam until 2023, and now she's made 4 major finals in under 2 years. She's held the world number one ranking for most of 2024 and 2025, and not just by scraping points. She's earned it by playing deep into almost every major tournament she's entered. In 2025 alone, Sabalenka reached the finals of both the Australian Open and the French Open, back-to-back, God, and followed it up with a Wimbledon semifinal. 3 consecutive slam semis in a single season. That's not just elite, that's historic. She also started the year with a title in Brisbane, her 18th career trophy, and battled through every surface, from hard courts to clay to grass, proving she's more than just a power hitter. Aryna isn't a one-dimensional player anymore. She's become more composed, she handles interviews better, she fights through tight matches without imploding the way she used to. Yeah, she lost. But don't let that loss erase the mountain she's climbed. Sometimes when someone loses from the top, we talk like they're in decline, but in reality, Sabalenka is right there in the conversation. Still growing, still dangerous. And this Wimbledon stumble, it's not the end of her story. The headlines the next day told the story. Anisimova stuns world number 1 Sabalenka in 3-set thriller. Sabalenka admits to hate relationship with Wimbledon. Was this her last real shot at grass glory? The fan base split. Some praised her for staying composed, others criticized her for letting yet another slam slip. But here's the thing, Aryna Sabalenka is still 27. She's still world number 1. She still made 3 straight slam semifinals in 1 season, and even after heartbreak, she still helped fans during a heat delay. She still showed up for the press. She still fought like hell. This wasn't the end, but it was a turning point. And maybe the biggest lesson isn't about tactics or match points. Maybe it's this. Being the favorite doesn't guarantee anything. And in tennis, the hungrier player usually wins. So I'll ask you, do you think Aryna Sabalenka lost because she was overconfident? Or was Amanda Anisimova just too good on the day? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading all of them. I'm Tennis Titans, and I'll see you after the next big twist at Wimbledon.